21st of May, 1992. Caracas International Airport, Venezuela. A perfectly normal, quiet day. The control tower crew was doing routine checks. The sky was clear. Suddenly, an unfamiliar dot appeared on the radar screen. At first, it seemed like a false signal or the shadow of another distant plane. But within seconds, they realized it was a real plane, and it was slowly approaching their runway. But the biggest surprise is that this plane has no flight plan. No such flight is scheduled to arrive here on this date. Everyone present in the control tower stares at the radar in surprise. Just then, a pilot's voice comes over the control room radio.
Hello, this is Flight 914. We need permission to land.
The tower official answered quickly, but the doubt remained, because no such flight was supposed to arrive here today. They asked,
"What route are you on? Where are you coming from?"
The answer comes from the other side of the radio is,
We are sailing from New York to Miami. There are 57 passengers and 4 crew on board. Our journey began on July 22nd, 7:15 a.m.
What? July 22nd? But today is May 21st.
What are you saying, May 21st? Isn't today July 22nd, 1955?
No, Captain. Today is May 21st, 1992. Are you okay?
No one in the control tower could believe it. The captain and the control tower staff all fell silent. A plane visible on the screen in front of them arrived in 1992, saying that they had arrived since 1955. The officials radioed to dispel doubts.
Captain, the present year is 1992. You are above the airport in Caracas, Venezuela. It is about 1,800 kilometers from Miami.
The tower staff were now forced to give the plane permission to land. They quickly sent ground staff to the runway so that measures could be taken in case of any danger. The closer the plane got, the more mysterious it became. The runway staff could clearly see that it was a Douglas DC-4, which was popular around 1950, but it was really impossible to see such an old plane in the sky in 1992. What was even more surprising was that the faces of the passengers through the plane windows were filled with fear and amazement. They were frightened by the modern buildings, electronic equipment, and bright lights around them. To them, this world seemed to be an unknown future. The plane was almost on the ground. Everyone assumed that it would land now. But at the last moment, the pilot suddenly changed his mind. Suddenly, they waved to the runway workers to move away. Then the co-pilot opened the window and threw a small piece of paper out, and within seconds, the plane was back in the air. Its speed increased, and within moments, it disappeared from the radar screen, as if it had never been there. When the paper that had been thrown on the ground was later recovered, it turned out to be a small pocket calendar from 1955. After this mysterious incident, an investigation began. A little research revealed that a DC-4 plane had indeed flown from New York to Miami in 1955, but it disappeared in midair during the journey. Despite numerous searches, no wreckage was found. How did the plane that had disappeared in 1955 suddenly appear for a few minutes in 1992, 37 years later? Where were the passengers and crew on board all these years? Were they trapped in a time trap? Or did they enter another unknown dimension and return? The strangest thing is that shortly after this incident, the U.S. investigation agency FBI quickly took all the information, radar records, and radio logs into its own hands. No evidence was found from Caracas Airport either. To this day, no one knows where Flight 914 came from, where it went, and what the real fate of the 61 passengers and crew was. This may be one of the mysteries in human history that we may never know the answer to, at least until the mystery of time travel or the time warp is uncovered.